Hello guys, Ram, this is Hash and I welcome all you on my YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video we are going to talk about Sony a7S III. Yeah guys, in today's video I will tell you some important features which according to me Sony must consider for their upcoming camera Sony a7S III. As you all know that the Sony a7S III is quite awaited, or we can say that it is the most awaited camera on the internet right now. Many professional videographers like me are waiting for this camera. They are eagerly waiting for that which features Sony will give in this camera. The main reason behind this is that the time gap between the previous model and the upcoming model is very long. We can see that it's around 4.5 years have been done when Sony a7S II was launched, so it's quite a bit high time as far as we consider the current technologies. So we can say that we have very high expectations from the Sony side. So guys, in today's video, as I told you that I will tell you some important features which according to me Sony must include or must consider for their camera a7S III. By the way, before we proceed to the video, I am telling you that in this video I'm only considering the features which are important for videographers, because I think that the Sony a7S III is a proper video centric camera. So I will take only these features which are important to the videographers, and as a video director I'm suggesting Sony that they must see these features. I'm also telling that videographers means only the professional videographers, not the vloggers and not the casual YouTubers, because I'm thinking that for the vloggers or casual YouTubers this camera is more than enough. So I don't think that this camera should be made by taking them in their minds. So this is only for the professional videographers, because this is a very high-end camera. So my features and my suggestions will be only focused and will be only according to the demand of the videographers. So guys, let's start the video. First, let's talk about the battery. Battery is very important part for the DSLRs and mirrorless cameras. As far as we know that when mirrorless cameras came into the technology right now, we can see that many companies are focusing on this, but they are lacking the battery. Yeah, DSLRs, if we talk about the DSLRs, their battery backup is very good, but when we see the mirrorless camera, their battery backup isn't impressive as like DSLRs. So my suggestion to the Sony is that they must focus on the battery backup when they launch the a7S II, because if you have a quite juice in your camera, then you use it with proper confidence, and you have that confidence that your camera will be last long for at least for a day when you shoot, or two batteries are enough for you when you shoot with your camera. But when your battery backup is low, then you see that you become so tensed about the batteries when you shoot somewhere outside, like in a jungle or somewhere where there is not enough electricity. So it becomes very hectic, or in general when you changes too much battery, it affects your shoots momentum. So battery backup, good battery is very important for professional videographers. It maintain your momentum and your concentration. So my suggestion to the Sony is that please make a good battery. It must be somewhere around 700 to 800 shots, so it will be enough for a professional videographer. Now second thing which Sony I personally think that Sony will also consider this, it is the autofocus. As you all know that Sony autofocus is more than enough, and it is one of the best, or I can say that it is the #1 autofocus system in the current camera market. But still I think that Sony must go a step upward in terms of the autofocus. They should include some latest autofocus technology to the a7S III camera which we never saw before. So I think they should give some more complexity, some more I can say the space to the autofocus system. They must include some latest technology which you and me even can't imagine. So they should bring something like the animal eye and the light tracking, animal eye detecting, this kind of technology which they introduced in the previous cameras. They should go more than that and should introduce some more technologies to the so that their autofocus system become more hybrid and more useful for us. So let's hope for the best. What Sony comes with the autofocus system, it will be a matter to see, but according to me, Sony must show some new technologies and new things to the autofocus system also. Now the third thing is that which according to me Sony must consider is the LCD screen. If we talk about the LCD screen, it's a very debatable topic. We see that some people consider the articulated screen, some consider the normal screen, and some consider the tilt screen, and various type of screens are available right now. But for me, I think there should be a tilt screen in the camera. I'm saying this that many people says that why not articulated screen, but as I said that this video is only focused for the professional videographers, and when we see a professional videographers, I don't think that he needs articulated screen, because articulated screen is mainly for YouTubers and vloggers, because only they want to see themselves in the screen when they make their video. But when we have a tilt up screen, this screen is quite useful when you use your camera on a tripod or in a lower angle like this, or a gimbal. At that instant, as we know that gimbal is the current trend in the professional videography. So when you use your camera with the gimbal, then the tilt screen is very handy for the videographer. So I think that instead of articulated screen, Sony must include a tilt up screen or tilt down screen with the camera. This will more beneficial for a professional videographer. Now talk about the fourth thing is the video frame rates. If we talk about the video frame rates, we say that the Canon recently up the competition because we saw that the Canon EOS R5 will be coming with 8K. Yeah, you guessed me right. So I think that Sony shouldn't be go down below the 6K. I think they should be at least 6K in the camera, and it is the in camera. It's not with the external recorders. It should be inside the camera that they should give a 6K. And beside that, they should also provide 4K at least 120 fps and full HD at least 240 fps. If they give that variations in the video frame rates, then it will be a huge plus for the videographers, because in current time many cameras are providing 4K 60p and 120 fps. It is quite common for the recent cameras, so people have various options. But when Sony give a 6K camera with 4K 120 fps, then it will be a huge plus for the videographers and the Sony also. So I think video frame rates should also be considered in launching the camera. Now talk about the fifth point. This point is also very important. This point is that they must include the dual SD card slots, and so also that they should provide an option that where we can record videos in 2 SD cards together. If they give us this flexibility, this will provide us option so that we can take the backup of data together while shooting the video. So if Sony consider this a small function, then this will be quite useful for the professional videographer. So Sony must include this also. Now let's talk about the last feature which Sony must consider in their camera, and this feature is quite an underdog type features, and it is very important feature, but currently I see that many companies are not looking towards this. Guys, please listen carefully. This is the very important feature, and it is also a feature of the future which companies must start considering. I'm talking about the gimbal support. Yes guys, you guys me right. As we see that many companies like Zhiyun, Mosair, and especially the Ronin, these companies are coming with very good balancing gimbals which supports the camera and enhance the stability. But when we see the camera system, many camera systems still fail to connect with the gimbals. They don't support the gimbal softwares, so that we miss many features for the gimbals. We can't start recording with the help of the gimbals, we can't take focus, we can't zoom with the help of the gimbals. So if companies start looking to this and they start integrating their softwares with the gimbal softwares, then the whole combination of the machines with the gimbals and the camera will be very useful for the videographers. So I think that Sony must start looking towards this, and they should leave a complexity and a space for the gimbal companies and for themselves, so that they can integrate their software with the gimbal software, so that the user can easily use all the features of a gimbal. So they should communicate with the gimbal companies like Mosair, Ronin and Zhiyun, etc. for the software integrations, apps making, and whatever they need, they should consider this thing also. So guys, these are the 6 important features which according to me Sony must consider when they launch their camera A7S III. Hope you like the video. If you like the video, don't forget to share and comment the video. Except that if you have any queries or you have any thoughts regarding this video, please write down these also in the comment section. So guys, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, Ram Ram.